Alright y'all, today I'll be mounting the scope on my new Browning X-Bolt. I said I wasn't going to make a video, but what the hell, I got to make a video about something, and I'm trying to get it ready for deer season. And these are the tools we'll be using. I have the bore sight, a Wheeler bore sight. It sits on the front. I won't be showing the use of this because it's just too hard to film, but it's a nice bore sight. It just sticks on the front. You can see the laser there. And this is a reticle leveling device. It ensures that the front of your barrel, or the bore of the gun, and the base where you're going to mount the gun, whether it be a rail or just rings like I'm using, are all level and all on the same plane. And then the Wheeler fat wrench, because I'll be torquing down these rings. Now there is a front ring and a rear ring, okay? One's got more of an arch in it here, and they're well marked. These are tallies. These are 1-inch rings high. And I've shown, looked it up and then wrote it down. The base we're going to torque to 20 to 25, and the rings, the top part, at 17. And this is a scope. This is a Leopold VX2. It's 4 to 12 power with a 50mm tube on it, and it comes with this little bikini cover. Just a nice, well-made scope, and I got it for half price, almost half price. Couldn't pass it up. I'm a sucker for a deal. I'll be breaking this film, editing it in order to hold down on the amount of time. You don't need to see me shaking with this screwdriver trying to get those nuts in, or get the screws in the base. But stay tuned and we'll get this thing mounted. Alright y'all, I have it in this Tipton gun vise. Not the best vise for this type of work, but it'll work out okay. You notice the bubble is not completely level this way. It doesn't really matter, you just eyeball it. Alright y'all, I've got the top, or rather the bottom, put on there the way I want them. These are 7000 alloy extruded steel. Then they are machined to the final tolerances. I could not get my star torque wrench down inside here. I winged it, okay? And now I'm torquing these down. You do them just like you do on a tire. Hear it click. It's done. And it's done. I've got it at 25 pounds. Well, I got the damn wrench upside down. There it is, 25 pounds. And now we'll put the top on there. Now when you put your scope on there, I've already checked mine, but when you put your scope on there, you want that to where when you throw the rifle up, there is no clouding in the lens, okay? You want it to be a nice clear picture each and every time you throw it up to your shoulder. Now let's hook this other contraption up. Alright y'all, I have it, the scope setting in the base, and now this bubble is perfectly level. Okay, I have the front clamp on, and it's not exactly level, and that's what this knob here is for. So you just adjust it, and for my old eyes, it's on the same plane as the scope, which means the reticle is level with the gun, with the bore. And now all I need to do is tighten up the top of the ring. Okay, I've got it both levels. The one in the front and the one in the back are both level. And I'm tightening this to 15 inch-pounds. I may have said foot-pounds, but I meant inch-pounds. Hear it break. Now each one of those screws are tightened according to the manufacturer's specifications. I did not use Loctite because the manufacturer said that it's not necessary, so they know more about this than I do. When you do mount a scope, you want the gap between the top, this portion here, and your base on both sides to be the same. Okay, you don't want it tightened down on one side more than the other. Now, I know that this scope, the reticle in it is level, and it is level with the bore of the rifle. Is all this necessary? No. But I had the equipment, these little gadgets, and I might as well do it right. You're fixing to take an animal's life. You want to do it as ethically as possible, and should that animal walk off, you don't want a doubt in your mind but that you missed. You do not want to have to wonder, is it the scope, is it me, go shoot another box of shells and all that. And now, I'll just move this camera down. Now, and I can't make a video, I've tried before, I can't make a video showing this process of bore sighting, but this is the bore sighter, and it is a very powerful magnet, and I'm going to stick that on, and you just eyeball it to make sure it's centered. Doesn't have to be perfect, you want to get on paper as close to the bullseye as possible. And I'll take it outside and turn it on, and we'll get the green laser dot that I showed you earlier. Again, you don't have to do this, but I've shot boxes of shells the old way trying to get it zeroed, and all these little details just ensures that your scope is set up properly, so that when you zero it, you don't waste a bunch of ammunition. There are other ways of doing it. I've never done it this way, but it's such a hassle the other way. This way I know my scope is level. The reticle in that scope is level. And once I bore sight it, I'll fire a few rounds and hopefully get some of that on camera, and we'll be set up properly. But again, I can't stress it enough. You're fixing to take an animal's life. Is this a little bit of trouble? Yeah, but you want to do it ethically, and you want to make the best shot you can. And if that animal walks off, it'll drive you crazy if you're not certain that you missed. I've gone through that in the past, and it just drives you crazy. But hopefully you learned something from this. It's set up properly. Everything is level, and I feel comfortable with the fact that when I go to zero it outside, I'm going to be on paper, because I'm going to start close. I'm not starting at 100 yards. It'll either be 25 or 50, probably 50. But I'll know that I did everything properly, and I'm not going to sit out there and shoot up 2 or 3 boxes of shells trying to get this thing to hit the bullseye. So, you'll see that in the next video. But I appreciate y'all watching. Catch you later. Bye.